So this here is the Blackburn Adaptable Cargo Carrier. It weighs 155 grams, capacity of 9 pounds, and it mounts to standard water bottle bosses. And I bought 2 of them, obviously one for each fork in my situation. Here's the water bottle bosses, and you can see there is some adjustment on it. I know that on the internet some people that have forks with more than one boss on it, but it's not the water bottle boss, are drilling holes in them to make them fit that way. My fork, my Jameis Renegade, has the fork has the water bottle bosses on it. My traditional touring bike, on the other hand, only has one boss, so this can't really attach. So let's take some measurements here. From there to there, it looks to be approximately 8 inches, and I would say it is 4 inches wide, and it has a depth of, I'm guessing, probably 3.5 inches, probably 3.5 to be safe. And then the water bottle bosses are, or from the center, the first boss is probably 1.25 inches, if I had to guess, as best I can tell. And then from the top, it is approximately 3.25. Let's see what it really weighs. So it looks like my scale is coming in at 161. That's pretty close to 155. So the reason I bought these as opposed to a traditional rack was because I have a carbon fork, and I believe my carbon fork has a weight capacity of 20 pounds on those bosses. Now whether that's per leg, I don't know, but if this is 9 and 9, that's 18, so I should be well within that. And with me going bike packing, I can probably keep it down to that weight. And if you're in a situation where you need to move your boss, they do sell these little, not Blackburn necessarily, but maybe on eBay or Amazon. These are basically adjustments so that you can shift this up and down on the bosses. I have this because of my Rogue Panda bag. I have to shift my bottles down, not these necessarily, but my conventional water bottle. This is a inexpensive 5-liter dry bag. Now I noticed that Relevate Designs makes a 3.5 liter bag, but it's like $42. I'm trying to do this on a budget. Now one could say, oh, you could buy the Axiom lowrider cage for $34, I believe, and then mount panniers on that, but I didn't really like the way they're not connected. On my other touring bike I have back east, I have a strapping that goes across to connect and to share the load. I'm trying to get more towards a lighter backpacking situation since I'll be on gravel. It feels like this would be more rugged. Unfortunately, these are a little bit too big for the cargo straps, as you'll see. These straps have a really nice rubber on the one, this is your corduroy, whatever this material is called. But then on the other side, they've sort of weaved in this rubber stuff that's really quite grippy. And it also helps secure the clip. Well, it's not really a clip, but the fastener. So the issue is with this 5-liter dry bag that these straps, if you were to totally fill this up and use it at its full capacity, these straps aren't big enough. As you can see, they come up short. So if you were to want to use it at full capacity, what you could do is use these any size bungee straps. Put that through there. And then at that point, you could basically use this at full capacity. Imagine if this was filled up all the way, but basically you could get the full circumference of the bag this way. Systems such as the Polecat use the volet straps, which are really nice, but they can get kind of expensive if we're trying to do this on a budget, because if you buy them independently, they're $6-7 a piece. What we're basically going to do is put some items in there that are compressible or aren't that delicate, and they can be squished a little bit. I have some baby wipes here. Put those in first, and we'll put in our micro towel and our air mattress, a sleeping bag liner, first aid kit, and a nightlight or headlamp. There you go, it's pretty round, pretty much got the whole circumference. Let's put our bungee cords on. On here. And do that one. And there you go. That's if you really wanted to sort of exceed what the straps could do. But as you'll see, with these items that I have in here, as long as you can compress them, you can still use the straps. Make sure you put in there like a tent, or like I have done, stuff, an air mattress, stuff that will not get damaged if it's compressed. Same thing you do with a stuff sack, really. Like that. There you go. Let's see what this thing weighs. Look at that. 3.5 pounds. So this is my Jameis Renegade. It's a carbon fork. And there's the Water Boss mounts. And what I'm going to do is now put this guy on. Comes with some spacers on the bolts. And for some reason they're Torx. I don't know, that seems to be a new thing. Like I said, we have our options. I'm going to put it on the low ones of the 3 holes, so it's as low as possible for weight distribution. So put that on the lowest one, which is the highest one. And then this guy here, a spacer. Strap's in the way on this one. Kind of hard to do this with the camera in the way. Damn it. I'm just being lazy, not pulling the strap out. Use gravity to help me. There we go. Put the finger on these two. Spacer. So right there you can see the profile. Okay, so I've got the other strap on. It looks like there's about an inch on that one and maybe a little less on that one. I'll tighten that, give that out. So then it looks like there's plenty of slop in there. And it's got somewhat of a shape. So let's add the material. Let's see, micro towel, air mattress. Oh, let's put this down there because I didn't do that before. These are some baby wipes, some hand wipes. This is a sleeping bag liner. It's a little tight, but I think if you did it a little bit, you'd have a system. You know, and see it's taking shape there. It's getting quite round. And then I have first aid kit and then a pillow. And again, these are just test items. But I think that would be fine for backpacking, bike packing. It's a little high. I need to take that a little lower. And then let's see, wrap this up one more, like so. And there you go. I would feel good riding with that out there. It's a little fat, but I think it would be okay, especially since it only weighs 5 pounds or whatever. Put another one on the other side. See the girth of it. It's a little fat, so that's why they have thinner ones. And it is quite large now that I see it. It's actually probably wider than a pannier would be. So there it goes. So once you get the material in there, you could probably squeeze it a little bit more. Looks like I can make it a little bit smaller. Like that again, especially since if this is stuff that can be compressed. And I can see that this isn't exactly, seems like I can really tighten that down quite a bit. Doesn't look like that's really in there very well. So I've gone ahead and snugged it down more. So you can see I've got a fair amount of strap on either one of these. Again, this stuff that's in here can be compressed. And I've got it snugger to the cage. It was kind of loose there. It was flopping away from the, there was an air gap here. It was kind of flopping away, but since I cinched it down, it feels pretty good. It does rattle a little bit, but a pannier would do that anyway. But one thing to be aware of is the turning radius is only to there. You're not damaging anything, but you will hit it when I turn. And that's almost 90 degrees, you know, so that's pretty reasonable. So it all depends on how you pack it.